Ms. Goldstein, do you see any systemic risks associated with hedge funds investing heavily in cryptocurrencies? And I'm more interested in this just having listened to the last presenter who talked about the choke point that we should not be so concerned about. What do you think?
Thank you, Chairwoman Waters, for the question. I'm very concerned about the presence of hedge funds in cryptocurrency. I think we've seen with the Archegos meltdown this year that when banks have prime broker relationships with hedge funds who are conducting, or family funds as Archegos was, who are doing risky things, it can redound to the taxpayer-backed financial system. Credit Suisse lost billions of dollars. All the banks lost some $10 billion. If hedge funds get farther into crypto, they don't care about direction. They'll go long, they'll go short, they can use leverage. There are lots of cryptocurrency exchanges like FTX and Binance and many others that allow people to use insane amounts of leverage, 100 times to 1, and hedge funds are the perfect client to use those sorts of leverage. So what happens if a huge number of hedge funds who have prime broker relationships with too big to fail banks all happen to be in similar crypto positions, whether it's long or short, and there's massive volatility in the market? They may have to sell some of their other assets. It may lead to margin calls in their non-crypto assets, which could lead to forced liquidations and sort of redound to the banks themselves in the form of counterparty risks.
Let me ask you, are there any reporting requirements hedge funds must comply with that would provide regulators and the general public more transparency regarding which hedge funds are most heavily invested in cryptocurrencies, and which of these institutional investor counterparties may also be exposed to potential risk?
Chairwoman, there are not, to my knowledge, because cryptocurrency is not currently reported on the Form 13F. It's not seen as an ownership interest. And so regulators are essentially totally in the dark about what hedge funds' cryptocurrency positions are, and I suppose have to rely on the financial press or trying to figure out based on the transactions on the blockchain and de-anonymize certain addresses and figure out who are the hedge funds. But there's no formalized way for regulators to know how much hedge funds are in crypto.